Hello everyone, I'm Zishansha and welcome to the Interact Premium tutorial. In this lesson, we will create these knobs, and this will be a pretty long, around 1 hour lesson. So bring up some coffee and watch it. So I've added this blend node here, and I use blending node mode add, and now I will add this like gradient, like radial gradient shape here. Okay, and what I'll try to do here is that I will try to just adjust this gradient amount here just to fix it the way I want it. So, and I'll add a curve over here so I can create the curve I'm looking for, and I will also add a transform, and I will connect here. Now I will change the tiling mode to no tiling and then transform, and I will put this radial gradient to its niche spot, like somewhere over here. Okay, so I'll reduce the size of it, and I will reduce the opacity of the background so I can see where I can put it in the niche spot, because background is a little bit off its angle, not orthographic. So I will just move it manually, and I will put it in the center of this front panel. So till now it's going fine. Okay, and I will use subtract, and this is what I'm looking for right now, but it's too deep, so I will fix it later on. So I'll go in the curve and add a curve spot here, and I'll move it up, slight, move this one down, and I will try to achieve the result I'm looking for, and just moving it till I get the result I'm looking for. So it's all trial and error. So wherever you find your right spot, you'll stop there. I'm just trying to move these. So I will put this down. This one, I will move it in the center up. You can see it's creating this sort of a sharp gap here. Now I will move, add one more point here, and I will try to adjust this as well. And what I will do here is that I will just break these tangents so I can freely move them the way I want them to be. Over here, and this one I will move it a little down here. I can have this sort of an effect. Move it side on the sideways here, just like up, and also I will break the tangents here so I can really control them the way I want it. And this one I will move it up. Okay, and control these tangents a little bit more, and move this outwards. And it's all about trial and error, just moving around so I can get my sweet spot. So I'll move it down, and give it a little bit border to it. So just want to make it a little sharper, not too sharp. Something like this, like sort of profile, so like a chamfered profile rather than curved profile. Now I'll move these all up a bit or down, something like here. Yeah. Okay, so Almost I'm there. Trying to fix it. Okay. Okay, so it's getting better there. Sorry. This is where it takes a little time and effort there. Okay. Also, you can increase the size of this uh, panel so you can have much more better view of it. Okay, so I will just move them at the spot. I will add one more here. And I can break the tangent of these two. I can also use corner points instead of breaking the tangent, so it will be sharp, but I do need sometimes the tangents. That's why I just break the tangents instead of breaking it down completely. Okay. And what I will do here is that I will add one more point here, and instead of, I'll just break it down with this option or with this, so I can have tangent on one spot, not on the other. But if you want both of them, use the last option. Pull this down or up a bit. This one also. And I'll move it later on. I will put it down, but just I'm trying to figure out where it should go. Because if you look this the graph that I've created upside down, then you will get the real picture because I'm using subtract. So I have to move it down in order to get what I'm looking for. So this is where I will move. Okay. And this is what I've got. So here I will add, let's make it more bigger. Add one more point here. And one more here. I will move this one up. Or let's do one thing. Let's move this upwards. This, I will add one more here. One more here. Move this down. And here I will make it one-sided tangent. Other side I don't want a tangent. This one I will use the same. Or let's use this without any tangents. And let's make the other one as well the same. Or all of them I will do the same. Because I don't need the tangents right now here. Again, I will remove all the tangents from this. So this is how you can create beveled profiles the way you want it, shafts or insets using the curve. And the better way to do it is with the help of the gradient. But usually the curve comes with a built-in gradient you don't have to put, but this time I needed a radial gradient, that's why I used it here. Otherwise it comes with a linear gradient by itself. So I'm almost there. So I just want to remove that jagged lines or something that is happening, so I will just create a tangent over there. Once, like both sided, so it will become a little curved instead of becoming very organic. I will break this tangent here, like no handle. I don't want any tangents here, so I will break them, all of them. Here as well. So sometimes, I want a tangent, but then I thought like, well, let's remove the tangents. So let's move these things apart to fix it on the right position. Okay. So I'll add one more point there to make it more wider, this outer border. One thing you can do is that remove all the tangents, just keep it sharp corners, and then you can use blur HQ and then levels to control everything. That's one more way to do it. So I will add here the blur HQ, grayscale. I will up the quality, reduce the intensity of it. I don't want it to be too blurred, so I will just reduce it even more to 0.05 or a little bit higher. 0.08 looks good. Can move this and add a levels node after. Play with these settings here, but I have to be careful, otherwise what will happen, it will mess with the white amount. So better is it to play with the like mid value, like this one. Oops, not that much. Yep, this a little bit. Okay. So looks fine for now. One thing is that you can move it later on up, or like on the top a little bit, so you can have a little bit more space. But let's make another copy of it, or let's see what you can do now. So I'll just make a copy down here. I'll add a mirror, grayscale here. Okay, and then What I will do here is that I will change the axis, mirror axis to Y. And I will play with the axis Y offset here so that I can bring it up. Okay, it's there. A little bit I have to arrange. Not be that close to the original one. Yeah, almost there. No, it's too much. Okay, so looks a little better now. I'll just move it down. And then I have to fix the mirrored one because mirrored one will be affected as well because it will go in the opposite direction. Let's make it a little bigger. Just I'll push it down. And there is a gap there, so I have to move it in the center. So what I will do is that I will increase the size of it instead of moving in the center because I just want the same gap that I have in the background guide. Okay, this looks fine. So later on we will make this knob here. So I will add a blend node and change it to add. Reduce the opacity of it. I can see what's going on. And I will add a shape node here. Scale it down a bit. And then I will add a transform 2D and I will make sure that the tiling mode of the transform 2D is not tiled. So no tiling. Use the size. Oops. No tiling. So I'll reduce the size a little bit more, put it in the center. Try to mimic what is in the background there. Okay, but I will not rotate it because if I will rotate it, then it will be a little hard for me to control later on. So I will keep it straight, not rotated like we have in the background guide. So I'll just try to fit this on the knob that we create, like the knob panel that we created a moment ago. So from the sides, from everywhere. So I'll just slightly move it. And reduce the size of it a bit. Okay. try to move it around. Okay, so it is too thick, so I have to reduce the thickness of it. And I will add a blur HQ here, grayscale. I can control its curves and its smoothness. Up the quality, reduce the intensity. Okay, not that, less, a little bit more. I think around 0.2. I'll add a levels here. I'll play with the levels amount here. Okay. So not that smooth, or not that less smooth. Smoother, but not that much. I think that's 0.1 might work, or 0.5. Let's see. Oops, that's too much. But let's try to fix with the levels here, and then we can see if it is too much or not. And yes, it is too much. 0.3. Okay, I'll fix this part here. And I will reduce its height. Okay. I don't want it to be extruded a lot, and I don't want it to be like shorter. Not too high, like high, or not too short. So I'll just increase its blur amount a little bit more. Play with the settings so it can blend well with the knob background. Okay. Thing like this. Okay. And let's try high. Oh, no, that's not fine. That's not good. Let's try screen. No, that's too less. Soft light. Nope. I think add is the one that is working fine here. So there is a gap here in the center. So I have to create that gap now. I will add a blend node here. For now, I will keep it add blending mode. So I can see what's going on, and then we can decide what we need. I'll add a shape here, and I will change it to parabolite. And I will scale it down. And just move it there. Add a transform there. Scale it and turn off the tiling. No tiling. Okay. And I'll take this transform, make it smaller. Okay. And I'll choose subtract. And I will add a levels here because I don't want the gap to be subtracted 100% like that. So I will play with the levels. First, I don't want it to be too huge. And then I will reduce the white amount of it. So I can have slight inset sort of a subtract, something like this. But the size have to be a little bigger. Okay, but more stretched from the top. I'll stretch it in the height, top and bottom. Okay, and that's fine. Let's lower down the white amount a little bit more. Okay, so what I will do now here is that I will add an overall blur HQ grayscale, up the quality, reduce the intensity of it. .2 or maybe 0.1. .05, no, that's too less. 0.0, oh, no, sorry, 0.5 is too much. 0.1, or let's try 0.06 or 8, 0.08, 0.07. Let's try different values here and see which suits much more better. Let's see which value wins. So 0.06, it's like that. And 0.5, oops, 0.05, sorry, or 0.1. And I think I'll put 0.1 and then levels and then control with the levels. Oh, you have to be careful because the white will increase and it will push down, so I can play with the middle value. Okay. Trying to get on a sweet spot. 0.03 or 2, yep, fine, or 0.03. Let's see, like, we'll try different values. 0.0015 here, and then this one, let's see. So 0.66, and this one should go 0.002 or 0.005. Yes, but that looks fine. 0.003. That's where it takes a little time because you have to make sure it doesn't look that bad. And I'll reduce the blur. Oops, zero should be 0. Wait, 0.15 or 0.1. Let's see, 0.15. Yeah, maybe, or 0.2. No, that's too much. 0.09. Let's try different values. 0.09 kind of looks fine. Reduce the white amount here, so I don't want it to stick out more. From the top, I will reduce the white amount, and then middle value. And then use the overall white amount, the output high. No, let's undo this. So kind of it takes time. I know you guys are thinking of like how it's going. I just want to show you the whole process so you can see how things actually can be painful when you're doing and how you can achieve results. It's better to have a detailed video instead of just skipping or time lapsing the whole thing. I don't want to do that. So I just want to live record everything and show you exactly what I did instead of cutting or fast forwarding it or just showing you highlights. So I just want to show you the whole thing, the whole process of it. Just trying to get that part like we're almost there with change we want to do. Plus you have to keep in mind that as much zoom you will zoom in, you will see more artifacts. So that's one more thing. So I will change the blur there, 0.06. It's not, doesn't look that good. So 0.08. Let's try a little bit more. 0.05 or 0.055 or 53. Okay, now we have to create these inset on the caps. Okay, but first we have to reduce the size, the width of this one, because this is too like too wide. So I'll just try to fix this so I can get a better result out of it. Okay, so This looks fine now. What I will do here is that I'll just create another blend node here. And I will add, sorry, I will add a shape here. And I'll scale it down, way more scale down, smaller. Much more smaller. And I will add a transform 2D to it. And I will use add value there in the blend node so I can see what's going on. Okay, so it's too huge. That's why it's affecting the whole thing. So I'll just reduce size. And I will reduce the height of it. And I will position it where I want it to be. Yeah, so I will change the size from here instead of changing from the transform 2D. It's better to do it from here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to position it where I want. And then I will add a blur HQ here. Blur HQ, grayscale. I'll increase the quality, reduce the intensity. Okay. Do something around, let's see, a very low value like 0.1. And in the then node later on, let's apply levels here. Let's do some settings here so we can get what we are looking for. And here what I'm going to do is I will subtract it. And I will reduce the white amount here. Okay, that's a lot. That's not that much. Okay, 2.21. Let's move it to the side a little bit more. So just manually I will move it. Let's scale it a little bit. Okay. I'm just scaling the size just to see which looks better. Let's reduce the blur HQ intensity. Change the size of the shape. We are kind of getting there where we want. Okay. I think that's fine. So what I will do here is that I will mirror this one on the other side of the knob. So I will add a mirror grayscale. First, let's add a blend node here. Use add. And the same thing, I will put it here. But let's do one thing. Let's not mirror it. Let's use this transform. Copy paste it. Okay. So I will add a transform here. And instead of copy pasting, I will use a new transform here. And I'll just move it. Okay, one issue here is that because level is too lower, so we cannot see it. But I'll just eyeball it and move it with my arrow on the keyboard. So I can move it on the right spot where I want it. Because levels are too dark right now, as I don't want the higher value, so that's why we can't see it. So we are done with this part here. A knob is created. I will do one thing. I will take this whole thing, put it up here so I can have more space, and I will add a mirror grayscale, and I will mirror this knob down. But let's do one thing first. Let's see what we can do more here. Let's add a transform 2D right now. Okay, so what? Okay, let's do one thing. Transform 2D. So if I put this here in the center, but are we able to move it, rotate it? Let's see. Sorry, this angle is not working right now for me. Yeah, it's working. Okay, because I moved the center point on the center of the knob, so it is rotating fine. No tiling. Okay, it's fine. Tiling mode is not affecting, so I'll keep it as it is. Or you can use no tiling, that's up to you. Now what I will do here is that I will add a blending node here. But first, let's do one thing. Let's undo what we did. So it will go back to straight. Okay. Move these at the back side. Add a blend here. Now what I will do here is that I will take this blend, use the transform and blend it. Use add. Okay. And as it is added on top of each other, so that's why it's sticking out more. So what I will do, I will just move it down with the shift key so it will go straight down, and I will try to put this in the center of the bottom knob here. Okay. So I am using my mouse now because keyboard is too slow. And absolute no tiling. Okay, that's fine. And I will move the center point in the center of the knob. If I rotate it, rotates from the center. Okay, so I'll rotate it. Something as it is in the background guide. See how it is there. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, now let's go to the top knob. And let's move this in the center of this knob. Okay. And I will rotate this one as well. Here I don't think the tiling will affect, so I will keep it as it is. I will not change the tiling mode. No need. See if it's all fine. So let's save it. And looks good from all the sides. This is what I want right now. This Panacolor logo will go here in this pot. So what I will do, I will just move these apart. And I will add a blend node. And what I'm going to do here is that I will add a shape. Yep, it's fine. And I will add it here. No tiling. So let's put this where we want it. Scale it down more. Somewhere here. And I'll scale the size of it a little bit more. Width and height, I will now separately reduce it. Okay, I will change it to subtract, the blending mode. Now what I will do here is that I will add a blur HQ grayscale. And I will up the quality, reduce the intensity a bit down here. Zero point 0.01 or sorry 0.1 and or 0.3. Let's add it 0.3 for now, then we can change it if you want. Then I will add levels here. And what I'm going to do, I will just try to make it a little sharper. Okay. So a little bit changes on here I will do. And I'll reduce the white amount here, so there it should not be that deep. And levels, manually I can put the value there. Okay. And let's see where it's, let's find a sweet spot where it looks good. Okay, this looks fine, but we have to reduce the size of it. First, let's do more changes, then we'll see what we can do. It's fine. Let's reduce the intensity first. 0.1, let's see. Okay, now let's reduce the size of it from the shape itself. Width, oh sorry, height a bit, and then width. Okay, it's not showing. Let's, here it is. Okay, there should be equal gap from top and bottom, which we can only see in the 2D view instead of 3D view. Double click it here so that we can see the background, and we can adjust this. So blocking the shapes gives you nicer way of like copying the references. Always try to block your part so it follows the guideline, at least you know, not 100%, but it may be 90% or something like that. So let's reduce the level out high, the white value here. It should not be that deep. Okay. So that's it. I hope you have learned something from this lesson. And thanks a lot everyone for becoming member of my premium membership plan. And thanks a lot for joining this lesson. I'm really thankful to you all for supporting me, and I hope to receive your support continuously. And I have noticed that many of you are watching my videos but not have subscribed to my channel yet. So please subscribe to my channel and also click the bell icon so you can receive all the notifications I'm about to create. And if you have liked my video, so please hit the like button. And if you have any queries or questions, then leave them in the comment section below and I will answer them as soon as possible. And one request I have, and that is, I have noticed that some of the viewers do not watch my videos online, instead they download them, especially my premium tutorials, because I don't want anyone to download them. It will be piracy. So please, if anyone is doing this, or if you find someone doing the same, then please ask them to stop, because this will never help me to get my hard work paid off, and it will demotivate me. So I don't want to stop making tutorials for you all. Therefore, help me to get new subscriber. I will take off now, guys. So take care, guys, till we meet in the next class. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning on Z Interactive, your own training institute.